What if we did AI? What if we implemented AI to the company?
Of the point in a job interview when they ask you what salary you desire so you can choose between not being employed there or being exploited for your labor.
This last month, we lost 23,000 jobs. Economists were thinking we were going to add 83,000 jobs. Instead, we lost 23,000 jobs. That's 100,000 difference.
Everyone, don't waste your time and let's go start this video and watch this video.
Of the point in a job interview when they ask you what salary you desire so you can choose between not being employed there or being exploited for your labor.
Unfortunately, or thank you for applying, I hate you.
Would you hire a robot to clean for you? San Francisco robotics company is offering a new home cleaning service using humanoid robots. The company says the robots can vacuum, pick things up off the floor, and wipe surfaces. The robots will be available for a rate of $30 per hour. The humanoid robots are currently being tested in San Francisco, but the company says it hopes to expand access to more people soon.
People don't realize how tough the job market genuinely is. I have been unemployed for 9 months. And I have been applying to every single company that exists. I've even applied for janitor jobs just out of spite just to see if I'll even get a job. And I don't even hear back from those either. Julian, what the hell is wrong with this? Why did I even get a degree? Why did I even go to school? Why am I existing?
Teens can't get jobs because they have no open positions. Because adults are working these jobs. Because they can't get a job in their field of study with their degree. Or they have a job in their field of study with their degree, but it doesn't pay them enough to live, so they need a second job. That's simple. Everybody understands this, except for the news, apparently. It's not because they're lazy and don't want to wake up before noon for their job. Adults can't even get jobs right now, and we're surprised that teens aren't getting summer jobs?
The job market is so bad. I just interviewed for a role that is mainly leadership. You'll be running a bunch of accounts, and you are like the top person, the main contact, right? Take a guess how much it paid. $38,000 before taxes. In Texas, that's roughly $16 an hour after taxes. In my current role, I'm getting paid about $50,000, and I still think that's low. Technically, this job I just interviewed for is a promotion because it's doing way more than what my current role does for $12,000 less.
AI is changing the job market much faster than most people realize. But after watching these clips, I don't think the biggest problem is simply robots taking jobs. The bigger problem is that people are struggling to even get started. And honestly, some of these clips are seriously concerning. This robot footage is honestly where the conversation gets serious. I'm not against robots doing repetitive or physically demanding work, but companies need to be honest about the transition. If machines can replace entire entry-level pathways, what happens to young people who need those jobs to gain experience? I actually understand this frustration. Getting rejected over and over can make people feel like they're failing, when the real problem may be a hiring market demanding experience before giving anyone a chance. Employers can't complain about talent shortages while refusing to give inexperienced workers their first opportunity. I think this is an important reminder that education doesn't automatically guarantee employment anymore. People are spending years and sometimes huge amounts of money preparing for careers, only to discover the entry-level door is still closed. At some point, companies need to rethink what they actually expect from applicants. This robot coffee example is impressive, but it also shows the uncomfortable side of automation. If a machine can consistently handle a repetitive service job, businesses will naturally consider it. My concern is whether we're creating better jobs afterward or simply removing affordable jobs people depended on. That situation would make me furious too. If a company rejects someone and then reposts the same position, workers deserve to know what went wrong. Sometimes hiring systems are so automated that qualified people never reach a real decision maker.
A 24-hour robot-run coffee shop has just set a Guinness World Record by serving 202 cups of coffee in just 60 minutes. The unmanned store in Beijing runs with 0 human staff, cranking out roughly 1 custom drink every 17.8 seconds. You can customize everything ahead of time on your phone. Pick your milk type, choose your coffee roast, and fine-tune your exact sweetness from 1 to 100% before you even arrive. Scan your code at the window, grab your drink, and walk away. No lines, open 24/7. Is this the end of the traditional morning coffee run? Would you trade your human barista for this?
This job market genuinely makes me feel like I'm going insane, because tell me why. I got a rejection email yesterday morning saying that the position had been filled by somebody else. So I'm like, okay, whatever, on to the next one. And then I'm job searching this morning, literally not even 24 hours later. And what do I see? The same exact job reposted, same title, same company, same job description. And I'm like, who did you hire? Because apparently they got hired so quickly that they somehow also got fired, all before I could even process my rejection. And it's like, when you've been unemployed for so long, this is the kind of thing that actually makes you feel like you're going crazy. It's like, what is happening here? Like, this cannot be real.
Recorded this video like 10 times. All I'm going to say is the job market is so bad right now. Please do not leave your job. I'm not a cloud engineer, but I'm just using this as an example. My friend who is a cloud engineer, they opened up a position. Within an hour, there were like 10,000 applications, and they were all perfect. There's just nothing. There's nothing here. I don't have useless degrees. Like, I have good degrees. I learned a lot of stuff in college. It's like, yeah, hey, do this job that's kind of in your wheelhouse, but make no money, or go bartend for 4 nights a week and make double that money. And you get really close to getting a really good job, and bop, they replace the whole department with AI.
I'm a recruiter, and I work in the life sciences industry. I posted a position yesterday on LinkedIn for a data scientist role. The role's remote. It filters out anyone that doesn't live in the US, has knockout questions for people just to make sure that they meet the qualifications for the role. So active applications, I log in today, over 600. Taking a look through all of the applications, every single person is qualified. I have to go through and reject over 600 people for a job that these people probably well deserve, because our market is crashing. I've never seen anything like this in the 11 years that I've been recruiting.
I don't even know why I have to make this post, but don't take the scholarship. Go to the fancy school. That brand's for life, and you can just pay the minimum on your loans till you get your inheritance. You want to be explaining that you got a scholarship to Minnesota, or try not to smile when you say you went to Michigan? I mean, come on, Georgetown or George Washington, or I'm sorry, was it George Mason? We don't know the damn difference. They should merge. Same for Boston University and Boston College. People from Harvard don't talk about Duke, and people from Duke don't talk about UNC. You want to be talked about, don't you? And this isn't just some vapid. It's higher risk to go to a cheaper school. You don't know if you're going to do well enough on the curve to offset the lower ranking. You're gambling with a lifetime of earnings.
It's official. The job market is cooked. This last month, we lost 23,000 jobs. Economists were thinking we were going to add 83,000 jobs. Instead, we lost 23,000 jobs. That's 100,000 difference. What's even more concerning, the labor participation rate, which is people who are actually applying for jobs, is at a 5-year low. That is lower than around the pandemic. That means more people are giving up looking for work because it's so tough, and they are just dropping out of the labor force completely. May and June's numbers were also revised by over 100,000. And what this means is that companies are actually shedding employees and they are not hiring them back, which means that if you get laid off right now and you get onto the job market, there is less hiring going on, which is not good news.
We did AI. What if we implemented AI to the company?
Okay, yeah.
With the times, progressive.
Definitely.
Emails, speed it up. Emails eliminated, 3 jobs gone.
Oh.
Overhead expenses are down. They're down. They're only 512 now. They're not 64 where they were before. And then we can do Spark Notes, like the whole meeting AI. You know what I mean? We're printing things faster. We're getting done things faster. We're printing dollar bills faster.
What? We don't print dollar bills.
Maybe with AI we can. We can get it quicker. What do you think? Implementing artificial intelligence. That's what it stands for.
I think it's good. Just what will we use it for?
We have to ask it. We ask AI how to use it. Boom. No one's thinking about that except me.
Entry-level jobs in the United States of America are vanishing right now, and alarm bells are sounding over the state of the United States job market and the economy writ large. According to Forbes, in the past 4 years, entry-level jobs have tanked 73%, the number of them. Inexperienced candidates are now welcomed in just 1 out of every 50 job openings out there. That's down from 1 in 15 in 2022. There are also 27% fewer salaried openings out there. So for new college graduates, good luck. There are just no jobs willing to hire entry-level folks. And the jobs that are, so many people are applying due to the scarcity in the number of jobs out there that it's nearly impossible to break in and get an interview. I mean, I talk to people every day, young people every day, those who are graduating college, those who are even graduating master's program. And they struggle to find a job, let alone a good paying job, because they just don't exist anymore. And now we're learning why.
I'm riding shotgun in a 55,000-pound tractor trailer rig that is autonomous on the highway between Dallas and Houston.
Gonna take a drive.
Well, none of us are driving, apparently. The man behind the wheel is a safety driver. CNN was invited by Volvo to take a test drive in the type of vehicle that could fundamentally change the future of trucking.
So what you see here is actually what the vehicle is seeing.
Oh, this is interesting. They just switched lanes. There's a police officer, has someone pulled over.
But it's constantly processing what's going on around the complete vehicle and taking active decisions.
Oh, it's picking up tire debris on the road. This is a truck manufactured by Volvo, and the company says that it has plans to make hundreds of these trucks and start rolling them out onto the highways without safety drivers by the start of next year.
I just graduated like 2 weeks ago with a degree in computer science, and I've been specifically applying for kind of software engineering roles. So far I'd say I've applied to over 150 positions, and because like these companies are using AI to replace software engineering, like entry-level roles, it means that it's really hard and like really competitive to get these roles out of university. And I feel like this is just going to keep going forward as these AI companies develop better and better tools.
So how does that make you feel about your future job prospects?
I mean, obviously, like I started back in 2022. I had like sort of no idea that, I mean, none of us said that this AI bubble would kind of boom. So kind of software engineering, I say, is probably like the primary career path people would take, like coming out of a computer science degree. So now it feels like that career is sort of not safe at all. And in 20 years time, I feel like, even like 10 years time, I feel like it might not even exist at all. So now I've got to feel like
you've got to start
pivot
again
and find something else.
That situation would make me furious too if a company rejects someone and then reposts the same position workers deserve to know what went wrong. Sometimes hiring systems are so automated that qualified people never reach a real decision maker. Companies need transparency instead of leaving applicants guessing. I strongly agree with the warning here. Don't make a panic decision about your career just because everyone online is predicting mass job losses. The market is changing, but that doesn't mean every job disappears tomorrow. Keep your income-build skills and prepare before making a risky move. This is the part I think many people overlook. If companies keep raising experience requirements for basic positions, younger workers are basically being told they need experience before anyone will let them gain experience. That's a broken cycle. Businesses need entry points, or the next generation gets locked out. The education point here is complicated. Choosing a cheaper school isn't automatically a bad decision, and an expensive school isn't automatically better. What matters is the actual return on investment. Students should look at debt career outcomes, networking, and opportunities instead of assuming a bigger price tag guarantees success. Losing tens of thousands of jobs unexpectedly is something people should take seriously, especially when expectations were completely different. But I wouldn't immediately call it proof that the entire economy is collapsing. One monthly report can change. The bigger concern is whether weakness continues across several months and industries. This joke about companies in 2026 actually hits a little too close to reality. Businesses are constantly looking for ways to reduce costs, and AI is becoming another tool for that. I don't blame companies for using technology, but workers deserve a realistic chance to adapt. Instead of being blindsided, entry-level jobs are supposed to be where people start, learn, make mistakes, and build experience. If companies eliminate that starting point or make the requirements unrealistic, we're creating a serious problem. You can't demand a highly experienced workforce while simultaneously removing the opportunities that create experienced workers. Autonomous trucking is one of the clearest examples of why workers should pay attention to automation. I can see the safety and efficiency argument, but driving jobs support a huge number of families. If the technology expands, companies and policymakers need a serious transition plan. This is probably the most frustrating part of the entire conversation. Someone applying to more than 150 positions and believing AI is blocking opportunities shows how badly trust in hiring has fallen. AI can help companies process applications, but if qualified people never get a fair chance, the system needs fixing.